What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some battles submitted to the channel by AKchillyWilly, who is running a triple shadow team in the Master Premier Cup with Magnezone, Swampert and Legacy Stone Edge Machamp. Triple shadow teams are always an entertaining watch, and whilst these three Pokemon are good, they're not necessarily the most common Pokemon in this meta, so it will be interesting to see how they perform. With that being said, let's just get straight into the question of the day. What is the best Shadow Pokemon for the Master League? This can be either for the Master Premier Cup or the Open Master League. I don't mind. Just let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead into a Metagross, a pretty decent matchup here. We do double resist the steel typing, although Earthquake will easily one-shot us. But because of the nature of our team, I assume we're going to go for a Wild Charge and eventually swap into the Shadow Swampert, and that's exactly what we do. We want to bait out one of the flying types because Machamp definitely can't deal with a Togekiss, for example, that does come in here. So it looks like the plan is working pretty well. We go for a Hydro Cannon, and this will put him into range where we can probably just go straight Mirror Shot in this matchup now. Gonna come in with the Magnezone after waiting out the switch clock, and we go for a Mirror Shot on a CMP tie with this Togekiss. The opponent's actually going to use a Shield, and this is also too early to be an Aura Sphere or a Flamethrower, so we do correctly call the Ancient Power. We're going for a very aggressive Farm Down, and we get the Farm Down perfect. And now we come in with our Shadow Machamp, get the Farm Down as well. They come in with Excadrill, and this is game over. We've got a Shield advantage and an Energy advantage, and a good matchup as well. Gonna go for the Cross Chop, and if the opponent does shield it up, we are one away from the next Cross Chop. But no, we're actually gonna go for the BM, no bubble, Legacy Stone Edge up against this Excadrill, double resisted, and it takes them out there. So if you're wondering why you should run Stone Edge, it is clearly to flex a BM no bubble move up against Excadrill. But into the next battle, we see another Metagross in the lead, probably going to overfarm massively here, go for a Wild Charge, and then we will look to eventually swap out into the Swampert once again. We actually see them let that go through, and we get to a Mirror Shot, and now we swap out into the Swampert. We did no shield the first one last time round. They full send the Earthquake, and we do shield it up, and this time it's just going to be a Meteor Mash, so we will let this go through. Although even resisted, it still does big damage. And once again, we do bait out a flying type with our Swampert. Gonna go for the Hydro Cannon, and it doesn't do too much damage, but overfarming here forces the opponent to throw their energy, and that's perfectly fine with us here. Gonna wait out the switch clock, and we're gonna come in with the Magnezone, and the opponent is just going to concede the match there. Not a lot they could have done up against our lineup, and we do take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Gyarados in the lead, Dragon Breath, and they're staying in. So this is a clear indicator that they're also weak to Magnezone in the back. So personally, I'd like to see us preserve the health on our Magnezone here, but we're going to get it very low before throwing any energy up against this Gyarados. The opponent does shield up a Mirror Shot, and honestly, I think Mirror Shot, even resisted, should take out the Gyarados here, but we are not going to preserve the health on our Magnezone whatsoever, so if they have something like a Togekiss, this might be a little bit problematic. We come in with the Shadow Machamp, possibly predicting the Togekiss in the back. They go for a Hydro Cannon, and it is Togekiss, so yeah, I definitely would have played this game differently, but let's see how it does pan out. We throw at an awkward time there, unfortunately, allowing a Charm to go through. We grab a shield from the opponent, and somehow we over-tap there. We're going to shield this up. There is an Ancient Power, even though it's resisted, probably would have gotten us very low. We go for another awkward time charge move, but in the end it doesn't matter as we still make it to one final Hydro Cannon, and this doesn't actually take them out, but it puts them into counter farm down range, which is actually even better. And now we make it to the back-to-back cross chops, and now it's just a question of do two cross chops take out the Swampert. It looks like they will do here as we go for the second one, and cross chop does in fact take out the Swampert, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Excadrill Nightmare lead. We are going to swap into Shadow Machamp here, and we are met with a Florges, so we actually will barely live this, I believe. Just going to be a disarming voice, and we do also make it to the Stone Edge, and this will do massive neutral damage to the Florges, and once again put them into range where we can just go straight for a Mirror Shot, or maybe even just go for an aggressive Farm Down. That might also be the play. So we're going to let the Moonblast go through, and we are going to go for the full Farm Down. They will only make it to Disarming Voice, which we should live. And now we're actually going to swap into Swampert, knowing we're going to have to swap out of that matchup anyway as soon as Excadrill comes in, so we might as well get an energy advantage. They come in with a Hisuian Avalugg. This is a pretty good matchup for us, although they're very bulky, so Hydro Cannon probably doesn't quite take them out here, but along with the Mud Shots, we should be able to put them into range where Hydro Cannon will pretty much take them out. Also, the shield animation there looks a bit awkward. I've never noticed that before, but we go for the shield on the crunch, and now we will go for a final Hydro Cannon. This will pretty much take them out from this range. Just one more Mud Shot, and we do get the farm down. We get to a Hydro Cannon, and this will easily be enough to take out the Excadrill, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, Primarina in the lead, pretty good lead for us, although if they are running Waterfall, which they are, then they're actually going to outpace us for fast move damage, which is kind of crazy really. But we're going to go for the Mirror Shot, and it is neutral because of the part Fairy typing, and the opponent comes in with a Mamoswine. We accidentally go for a Wild Charge. That's definitely not the play we want to go for there. I think just a misclick or a bit of a panic throw there, but we are going to be able to shield the Avalanche, and hopefully we get the farm down. We get a bit of lag, maybe that benefits us, I'm not really sure. We're now going to full send the Stone Edge up against Primarina. It does connect, it takes them out, and they've got a Dragonite in the back. Can we make it to another Stone Edge? I don't know if we would have there, but we should have at least farmed a bit extra. Doesn't matter though, we grab a shield from the Dragonite, and they don't even commit to the farm down. That's absolutely huge here. The opponent is very scared of a Stone Edge landing, even though we're nowhere near it. But now we're going to come in with the Magnezone. We should be able to shield this up, go for a Wild Charge, and that will pretty much take them out from this range. And then we can just swap into the Swampert if it doesn't quite take them out, which it doesn't, and one Mud Shot farms down the Dragonite, and we take that game. So into the next battle, we see a Venusaur. Wow, I've never seen a Venusaur in the Master Premier Cup. We're going to go straight for the Mirror Shot. I think maybe we could have farmed up to a potential Flash Cannon. That way we might be able to grab a shield, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get off both Mirror Shots here before the opponent even throws their energy, and we can safely let this go through. The opponent actually goes for Sludge Bomb. That is certainly not the play. Frenzy Plant is resisted, but Sludge Bomb is double resisted. And you can see Frenzy Plant actually does quite a lot of damage. Now we're going to go for a Mirror Shot here. I think this won't quite take them out, but the opponent's going to use a shield anyway. And at this point, are we just going to let Magnezone go down? Yes, we do let it go down. Going to come in with the Shadow Machamp, go for the farm down, but they make it to a last second Frenzy Plant. We have to shield this. This will do massive damage to the Machamp. And now we have a ton of energy though. They're going to come in with Gyarados. We can full send the Stone Edge here. Does the opponent respect it? No, it nearly takes them out. Can we farm them down? No, not quite. They do make it to a charge move at the last second. We do correctly let that go through though, and we do live it, and we also make it to a cross chop. We grab the final shield from the opponent. We can come in with the Swampert, over farming. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, but the opponent does concede the match there, knowing there was nothing they could do to win that. Into the next battle, we see Gyarados in the lead. The opponent swaps into Metagross, so pretty good for us. I assume we go for a Wild Charge just before they make it to an Earthquake, and eventually we will swap out into the Swampert once again. And we do swap out here. We should just be able to go for a full Mud Shot farm down. We will live an Earthquake if they do full send it. They actually just go for a Meteor Mash, meaning they would barely make it to another Meteor Mash. So we send the Hydro Cannon. Maybe could have overfarmed a little bit, but it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to go for a Hydro Cannon up against this Gyarados. Once again, not going to do too much damage, but it will put him into range where we can probably just go for a Spark farm down, in all honesty, because we get to a second Hydro Cannon, and we will wait out the switch clock before coming in with the Magnezone. The opponent does stay in. They're going to throw their energy. Are we going to shield this up? No, we let the crunch go through. It does decent damage. They've got an Excadrill in the back, and that's an easy win for the Shadow Machamp, and we do take that game. Into the next battle, we see Floriges in the lead. The good leads keep on coming. They swap into a Chestnut. This is not the most comfortable matchup here. Gonna go for a Mirror Shot straight away. We actually get the attack drop, and that's massive. Now we will easily live a Frenzy Plant, and the Vine Whips are not going to be in threat of farming us down. So we go for a Cross Chop here. This probably still won't quite take out the Chestnut, but that's fine. They do let it go through, and correctly let it go through, as they do live it. They make it to a Superpower. We actually let the Machamp go down. Interesting play there. We're going to come in with the Magnezone. We do get a Spark farm down, which is massive. They've got a Chandelure in the back, and we should be able to go for a Wild Charge and then swap instantly into the Swampert. The opponent comes in with their Floriges, and unless they're running Petal Blizzard, we should be able to live any charge move here. I think we just save the shields for our Shadow Magnezone in the back. So we're going to let this go through. The opponent running Moonblast, not Petal Blizzard, so that's fine. It doesn't take us out, although they might be able to farm us down, but they will need to start shielding here in this matchup. We make it to a second Hydro Cannon, and this will be grabbing the final shield from the opponent. No, they just let it go down. We're able to get the Mudshot farm down up against Chandelure, and we take that game. Into the next game, another Primarina in the lead. The opponent is going to stay in. They are running Charm this time, so it is a lot better for us. Also, Charm is a much slower energy generating move, so we do very easily outpace them to the charge moves here. We go for a second Mirror Shot. The opponent just happy to let the Primarina go down, and they are likely very weak to the Magnezone in the back. They come in with Dragonite. It's not too bad because they now have Superpower, but the opponent just concedes the match there. Not sure what their third Pokemon was, but I mean, we'll take that. They now lead with a Togekiss, so the good leads just keep on coming. This time we don't end up throwing a Wild Charge into the Magnezone. Gonna come in with our Shadow Machamp, and we should be able to overfarm massively. Can we get the full farm down here? No, doesn't look like it. Gonna have to go for a Cross Chop, and Cross Chop will grab the shield, and at this point I think we just double shield and fully farm them down, and we're gonna come out with a ton of energy, and we will be able to go for a Stone Edge here up against this Togekiss. Are they gonna respect the damage? No, it does huge damage, puts them into range where we can come in, fully Spark, farm them down before they can swap out. Now they have Gyarados in the back. That's going to be an easy win for us. Now, we go for a Wild Charge. They are at the charge move, so I assume we're going to swap into the Swampert. But no, we actually stay in, and because we debuffed ourselves, this Aquatel will take us out, and now it no longer looks like a comfortable matchup. Can Swampert deal enough damage to take out the Gyarados here? It's going to be very close. The opponent goes for the crunch, knowing they're only going to make it to one move. And let's see, do two Hydro Cannons take out this Gyarados? The first one does big damage. We overfarm, making it a little bit riskier, but we do get to the second Hydro Cannon, and that does take out the Gyarados, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, a bit of an awkward lead here, leading into a Mamoswine. Of course, Mirror Shot is super effective and actually does a decent amount of damage, but the sparks are double resisted. We actually grab a shield and get the attack drop, and now we can go for a second Mirror Shot, and you will see this puts them into the half health range already, which is quite nice, and now it's just a bait game. We're going to call the bait. The opponent full sends high horsepower. It takes us out, and now we should come in with the Machamp and commit one shield and fully farm them down, but no, we actually come in with the Swampert here. Interesting play. Gonna shield up the Avalanche, and there's no way we can farm them down here. So yeah, this is not the best matchup. I definitely would have come in with the Machamp. We go for the Hydro Cannon. We actually grab a shield, and now we're not going to commit our second shield here. They go for an Avalanche. We now swap into the Machamp, get the farm down. All shields are down on the opponent's end, so now we can full send these Stone Edges. This Stone Edge is going to do absolutely massive damage to the Gyarados, but they get the new mechanic, and that is really unfortunate. Aquatel does grab our final shield, and they've got a Dragonite in the back. We barely make it to another Stone Edge. This is absolutely massive. It nearly takes them out, and the opponent over farms there. They were at a Dragon Claw. They could have taken us out, but we get to the Hydro Cannon. We take out the Dragonite, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Dragonite in the lead. Bit of a tricky one now that they do have access to Superpower. I do believe Dragonite does win in all even shield scenarios. We go for a Mirror Shot bait, and the opponent does call it, which is really unfortunate. We're now going to full send the Wild Charge here, and the opponent actually lets it go through, so we just take them out there. That's really nice for us. that made a very difficult lead matchup into a very easy outcome there. They go for a drill run and they swap into Metagross. We're going to overfarm, going for a Hydro Cannon bait, and this will probably grab a shield. It does grab the shield, and now we can full send the Earthquake up against the Metagross, and if the opponent doesn't respect the damage, then we will one-shot the Metagross. They come back in with the Excadrill, they get the farm down, that's absolutely fine. We've got a Shadow Machamp. We can easily double shield in this matchup, or even just let this move go through. Drill Run wouldn't be enough damage to take us out. The opponent recognizing there's no way they beat a Machamp, and they do concede the match. Into next game, awful lead here, going to swap into Shadow Machamp. The opponent does respond with a Togekiss. We are going to overfarm, throwing on alignment again, very unfortunate. We go for the Stone Edge. It does big damage, but the alignment throw doesn't really matter because one more counter definitely wouldn't have taken out the Togekiss. So that's the thing about the level 50 Master Premier Cup, is that all of the flying type Pokemon are just about tanky enough to tank a Stone Edge from a Shadow Machamp. We actually just fully sacrificed the Magnezone there. Very risky play, but let's see if it does come in handy. We are going to shield the Drill Run, and we are going to overfarm here, throwing just before they make it to another Drill Run. I do like this play, and we grab the shield from the opponent, and we know we do lose CMP, so we don't throw straight away either. This is very good matchup awareness. They've got Gyarados in the back, and there's just no way we win this now. Going to go for the Hydro Cannon, grabbing a shield from the opponent. We're also going to go for an Earthquake here, throw no bubbles, and probably just exit out of this battle. No, we're going to let the opponent just get to a charge move, and this should be enough damage to barely not take us out, but they get the Dragon Breath farm down, and they take that game. Into next battle, we see a Mamoswine in the lead. Once again, a pretty iffy matchup. It all depends on whether they full send the high horsepower or not. We go for the Mirror Shot, and are they going to send it? We are going to call the bait once again, and this time the opponent does bait, although Avalanche honestly does a lot of damage considering we've already debuffed their attack. But we're going to grab a shield with the Mirror Shot, and we are going to let this move go through again. Avalanche doesn't quite take us out. We do make it to a last second Mirror Shot, so that is good matchup awareness right there. We grab both shields from the opponent, get another attack drop, and now we're going to come in with Swampert once again. I would like to see us just come in with the Machamp and fully farm them down here, because now we have to expend some of our energy. The opponent then goes and catches on a Garchomp. This isn't too bad because it is neutral damage because of the Dragon and Ground typing. Going to go for another Hydro Cannon up against the Garchomp, and this will put them into range where we can probably farm them down with our Machamp. We're actually going to no-shield the Earth Power and then swap into the Machamp, get the farm down, and the opponent here is going to come in with a Wall Rain here. So we're going to go for a Cross Chop. Instead of going for the Stone Edge, Cross Chop does big damage, and we will now be able to fully farm them down. We should let this move go through, as it won't do anywhere near as much damage as an Avalanche. The opponent knows that, and they do concede the match. Into the next battle, we see a Togekiss in the lead. Another great lead for the Magnezone. This is the final battle, by the way, and the opponent's staying in. So once again, this is a pretty good indicator that the opponent is double weak to the Magnezone in the back, so we should be able to preserve the Magnezone health up against this Togekiss. Swap out straight away. I do like this play, especially when it's a Garchomp coming in. There's no reason to let them farm us down. We're going to go for the Hydro Cannon. The opponent shields it up, and at this point I think we just no shield here. We should live anything. We do live the Earth Power, and they come in with a Sylveon. We do make it to the Hydro Cannon in time, and things are looking pretty good for us. We land it, it does big damage, and now we come in with the Shadow Magnezone. This is a pretty good matchup for us. We're going to go for a Mirror Shot here, throwing on alignment once again, not the best timing. Mirror Shot does nearly take them out, and at this point we're going to let the Magnezone go down. Psyshock doesn't even take us out. They do Charm farm us down, but now we can counter farm them down before a Charm even lands, and up a shield. This is going to be a good game for the Shadow Machamp, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. I think AKchillyWilly could probably work on their charge move timing, especially up against 3-turn moves like Charm. But aside from that, some very entertaining battles. And if you did enjoy the video, then make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know. And as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my answer, I can't really talk out of experience because my only Shadow Pokemon I've built for the Master Premier Cup is actually my 100% IV Shadow Luxray, which I definitely don't think is the best Shadow Pokemon for the Master League. I'm actually going to go with Shadow Snorlax. I think in terms of the difference between the regular and Shadow Snorlax, that's probably the biggest increase in sort of consistency, so going to go with the Shadow Snorlax. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.